Your TV isn't the whole story anymore. Lighting can make or break immersion, and sync boxes are the bridge between what's on screen and what's happening in your room. I set up and tested the best sync boxes of 2025, movies, gaming marathons, even Spotify playlists. And here's what they're really like to live with. This is the box you buy if you want zero compromises. The Hue 8K sync box handles 8K pass-through at 60 Hz and 4K at 120 Hz, supports Dolby Vision and HDR10+, and can sync up to 10 Hue lights in your setup. I hooked it up during a Blade Runner 2049 rewatch in Dolby Vision, and the lighting around my living room melted into the color palette of the movie. When neon signs lit the frame, my entire wall went purple-blue. Explosions had warm flashes that filled the room like lightning. It felt theatrical in a way static LED strips never can. Gaming was just as impressive. I played Call of Duty, MW3, and when flashbangs went off, the instant whiteout wasn't just on my TV. It hit the whole wall behind me. Importantly, I noticed no lag. The pass-through is buttery smooth. The caveat? You need to already own the Hue bridge and Hue lights. That makes this the priciest option. But if you're already in Hue's ecosystem, this is the one that feels truly next level. Best for home theater enthusiasts who want the most seamless, premium, reactive lighting experience possible. If Philips is the luxury option, the Govee HDMI 2.1 Sync Box 2 is the gamer's weapon of choice. It supports 8K at 60 Hz and 4K at 144 Hz, plus VRR and ALLM, which means zero compromises for next-gen consoles or high-end PCs. I set this one up with my 65-inch OLED and fired up Cyberpunk 2077. The RGB LED strip hugged the back of the TV, and when I hit the streets of Night City, neon pinks and greens spilled across the wall in sync with the game. It wasn't just flashy. It made the whole experience more immersive. Even better, Govee's AI Sync detected what was happening on screen and adjusted lighting patterns automatically. Explosions weren't just orange. They flickered like fire. It supports Matter, Alexa, and Google Assistant, so I could shout commands mid-game to adjust brightness. For the price, this thing is a steal. Philips may still have the edge on precision, but for gaming speed and flexibility, this box is unbeatable. Best for gamers, streamers, and anyone who needs HDMI 2.1 speeds with killer reactive lighting. The original Hue Sync box might not do 8K, but it's still one of the most reliable boxes out there. It handles 4K at 60 Hz with Dolby Vision, and if you're already a Hue owner, it integrates perfectly. I set this one up in my bedroom, where a full-blown 8K box would have been overkill. Watching Stranger Things, the spooky red glows spilled across my walls in sync with the upside-down scenes. It's subtle but effective, and with Alexa and Google integration, I could dim or change settings without pulling out my phone. If you don't care about 8K pass-through, this one gives you the Hue experience at a friendlier price. It's like the sensible middle ground between entry-level boxes and the premium 8K monster. Best for Hue users who want rock-solid 4K performance without paying the premium. The Wyze HDMI Sync box is a bit like Hue's affordable cousin. It supports HDMI 2.0 with 4K at 60 Hz, comes bundled with an RGB LED strip for 55 to 65-inch TVs, and doesn't require an extra hub. I tested it during a Marvel movie night, Avengers Endgame, and while it didn't match the absolute precision of Philips, the lights still reacted fast enough to make big fight scenes more epic. The color transitions weren't as buttery smooth, but for casual viewers, they're plenty good. It also works with Google Assistant and Alexa, so I could say, Alexa, turn sync on, and it kicked in instantly. And honestly, for the price, it's a killer deal if you want your first taste of reactive lighting without going all in on Hue. Best for casual home users who want cinematic lighting effects at a budget-friendly price. This one's clever because it skips HDMI altogether. The Govee Backlight 3 light uses a camera with fisheye correction to watch your TV screen and match the colors in real time. Setup was quick. Mount the camera on top of the TV, stick on the 11.8-foot ARG-BW strip, and let it calibrate. Watching Into the Spider-Verse, the bold animation colors exploded off-screen onto my wall, and it looked incredible. It's not pixel perfect. Sometimes the lighting lagged a split second behind the action, but it's way simpler than running HDMI cables. And for renters, or people who switch TVs often, it's a dream. Plus, it has voice control and app support, so it's easy to tweak modes or brightness without touching the box. Best for budget buyers or renters who want fun, camera-based sync without dealing with HDMI setups. So those are the best sync boxes of 2025. I've tried them across movies, games, and even music visualizers, and the difference they make is massive. If light have you covered, I've linked the best deals in the description below. Now tell me, would you use these mainly for movie nights or for gaming setups? Drop your pick in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more real-world gear reviews.